What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are enjoying your Tuesday evening. So this is the Real Housewives of Potomac recap for episode 14, Suns Out, Buns Out, and episode 15, Fool's Gold. Okay, so I wanted to, trying to get caught up on all of my content. So I'm putting these two episodes together for you guys. So with Suns Out, Buns Out, you guys know that the ladies are going down to the Dominican Republic, a beautiful country, and I enjoy seeing them travel. I enjoy seeing them all together. They're inviting friends. It's a really nice dynamic, right? They play golf and they go out to all these different restaurants. They have a great time. Unfortunately, Gizelle is becoming one of my least favorite housewives, and I feel like a lot of people have voiced that same opinion because she's very defensive, sensitive, antagonistic, whatever you want to call it. She keeps coming for Dr. Wendy, and Dr. Wendy is not really coming for Gizelle. I feel like, Robin, okay, her gripe with Candice in regards to what Candice wrote on Twitter is valid. Do I feel like she should clutch it like a dog with a bone for the next how many ever seasons? No, eventually you're going to have to let it go, right? You forgive Juan for everything. And I get that that's your husband, but girl, you know what I think it is? I think that Gizelle and Robin, there's a lot of misplaced anger there. When people talk about colorism, they are essentially talking about, of course, you guys know the caste and the hierarchy. And Dr. Isabel Wilkerson wrote an amazing book about the caste system in the US. She compared it to India and Germany. And I don't want to get too deep into it, but I do feel like there is some issue with people, particularly in our culture and others, India, Latinos, etc., that they're socialized, they're conditioned to believe that the lighter you are, the more privileges that you should have, and the higher up you are on the hierarchy of status, beauty, power, etc., right? The proximity to whiteness. So let me put on my academia hat really quickly. I feel like Gizelle, Robin, and Mia have been socialized due to their fair skin to believe that they are or should be further along socially than Wendy, Candice, Nneka, etc., right? Wendy, Candice, and Nneka are both married. They have husbands who love them. They are successful, right? And I really feel like that is the issue with Gizelle and Juan and Mia, right? Gizelle is divorced. Robin is constantly being embarrassed and diminished by Juan. And Mia, child, I don't know what's going on with her and Gordon. Gordon, sir, what goes around comes around. Basically, how you get him is how you lose him. Mia is out here with her, living her best life with DJ Incognito, I think that's his name. But if she's not divorced from Gordon yet, she's on her way to be. But the only person that I really rock with on this show is Karen Huger. And Karen has been a fan favorite because she is the most authentic. She's the most honest. And she gives it to Gizelle straight to her face later on. And I'll get to that in a second. But I really feel like that's the issue with these ladies, like the colorism. Like if you're socialized, it's the same thing with white privilege. If you're socialized from, a baby almost, right? A toddler, we're indoctrinated with the whole Disney princesses BS. A lot of these women, going back to like even the Tinder swindler, right? A lot of those women were giving this man all this money and were believing his lies because they thought that they were living this Disney princess fairy tale, and they weren't even American. But going back to Gizelle and Robin and Mia, I feel like they are really upset and disappointed with where they are in their life because it does not correlate with what they were told that they were supposed to have. Like they are supposed to be above in the social hierarchy, Candice, Wendy, and Nneka. Just from the fact that they have light skin, light eyes, light hair, light bright. You know what I mean? That encapsulates socialism. And I feel like that is why Gizelle, she is going after Wendy for a look, child. And I'm like, Wendy is so much, I mean, she is a better woman than I am because the way that I would read Gizelle down, she's really mad at Wendy. It's misplaced anger because Wendy basically said Florida is becoming an anti-Black fascist state and I wouldn't send my boys there, and told her to her face. And so Gizelle was like, well, you know, my daughter has dealt with racism in Maryland, which is true. But Florida is on a whole nother level. And why would you want to allow your daughter to experience those things? I have to agree with Wendy. I'm sorry. Like, child, the fact that she wanted to go to an HBCU, great. Grace, choose any HBCU you want to outside of the state of Florida, Mississippi, Alabama. There's just certain places that I will be like, let's sit down and let's, coordinate a place that's going to be safe for you. Because after Trayvon Martin, I haven't been and I have not, and I don't plan on ever going back to Florida ever again. I went to Miami once in my life. That's it. I'm good. But yeah, moving on. That's what I feel like the crux is. Like these two episodes, Gizelle is really coming after Wendy and Candice for essentially looking at each other. Like, girl, not you trying to police somebody's looks. Like, I was like, what in the and the Jim Crow white supremacy mess is this? Ma'am, you are a Creole woman from the lineage of Louisiana. If you don't go listen to some Beyonce Lemonade and get over it, okay? Honestly, like the fact that she even said to Wendy, well, you looked a certain way. Wendy's a better one than I am. She was trying to explain what was going on, etc. I would have read her down like I was Phaedra Parks on Traders, okay? I would have, I'm serious, I would have read Gizelle's entire life because it's misplaced anger. She's scared for her daughter, as she should be. She's upset that Wendy has Eddie, who turned even that insult, right? Happy Eddie into a very nice quaint, okay, with the cannabis business. Wendy and Eddie are a power couple, a force to be reckoned with. They are smart. They are gorgeous. They have a family who loves and supports them. Everything that Gizelle does not, pretty much. And that's what Karen says, right? Karen, Gizelle was upset that Karen didn't, stick up for her daughter, who's, by the way, grown and going to college. It's not like she's a little kid. But Karen is like, listen, I have my hands full. I'm busy, right? She's like, and she told Candice even, she's like, the reason why Gizelle is so upset, the reason why she throws jabs is because she has nothing else going on in her life. That is correct. Clock it. Clock that T, Karen. That's exactly it, right? So I'm glad that they, the Candice and Wendy were like, look, Wendy said you weaponized your daughter against me, which she has. She is envious. She's just a jealous. She is green. The jealousy is greener than her eyes, than the green-eyed bandits put together, right? Because Juan is constantly dogging out Robin on the phone, embarrassing her all up and down the Potomac streets. And it's just like, it's sad because Candice has a man at home, okay? Shantae got a man at home. It's like, okay. But Wendy has a man at home. Nneka has a man at home. Like these women are having these chocolate men love on them. Well, Candice has she said he has a chocolate peen, but he's white, but he loves his wife dearly. They don't have those things. They're mad. I feel like they are they're not mad at themselves. Like, they should be looking inward, but instead, again, going back to the social hierarchies and caste systems and racial hierarchies in America, it's the same thing. They're giving Karen-esque, not Karen Huger, but they're acting like Karens, right? They're lashing out at people who they feel like are below them in a social, cultural, racial hierarchy. And it's just like, it's not a good look, but that's what they were socialized and conditioned to believe. The only reason why I can see it so clearly, other than being Black my whole life, but I've studied this. And, and I have Dr. Isabel Wilkerson's book on my nightstand, in the drawer. So don't judge me. I haven't read it all the way through, but I've read most of it. But I want to see, Ava DuVernay made a movie out of her book called Origin. And I really want to see that. It's a masterpiece. But yeah, I really feel like, it's a lot of misplaced anger. I'm glad that Candice and Wendy got, what they said off their chest. And I'm hoping that Karen or somebody, some third neutral party, can sit down with Gizelle and Robin and Candice and Wendy. They can come and maybe make amends. But until Gizelle and I feel like Robin are honest with themselves, they're going to be as delusional as Ashley with Michael. Michael is basically punishing Ashley for him embarrassing himself. But again, there's no accountability there. But anyway, those are my thoughts, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, aces. Bye.